Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I will be continuing with the March 2023 question paper for grade 11 first term. So we're just going through the first term work just to make sure that we just do some kind of revision, because we're really going to need this knowledge for our June exam. Most importantly, that you can actually use your June exam to secure your space in the university. So I have dealt with question 1, the multiple choice, and where you had to choose a word from a given pool of words. Now I am answering section B. I've dealt with section A and I went very deep into it, explaining things. Now I'm in section B. So in section B, we'll be starting with our business environments. So without wasting any more time, guys, let's get into it. Yeah, so outline any 4 challenges of the market environment. Which one is the market environment? It's that environment where the business has little control over. Sorry, in the micro it has full, in the macro it has no control at all. But in the market environment, a business has little control. So you have to know which challenges the business can encounter in that environment where it has little control in. Well, we can say competitors. Competitors is what is people you're competing with in the market. Can you see that it says 4 marks and they need 4? You can actually do 5 in case you got another one wrong. So just think about all the challenges in the market environment that the business can have a challenge with. Because we have in the market environment, the components, we have competitors, we have suppliers, we have maybe we can have consumers. Yes, we have consumers. We also have demographics and psychographics. We have social and cultural factors. So those are a lot of things that we have. So you just take from the components of that environment what can raise an issue. So you can give 5 when they want 4, so that if you had forgotten about the other one, so whenever you are practicing let's say we have 8 of them, try to learn all of them, so that if by any chance you forget one, then you'd still have like a lot that you still remember that is required. So here they only need you'd outline 4. So we have competition. It's a challenge because competition means you have to pull up your socks and you have to also maybe advertise more, or increase your prices. Yeah, includes specials or anything like that. So like a competition is like one of the biggest challenges of the market environment for a business. And then shortage of supply. You really want to supply this thing, but you really want to supply a certain thing, but there's a shortage of supply. Like there are little people supplying this product than what is actually required in the market. People want to buy, but supply, the demand is bigger than the supply. So there are not a lot of people. Remember what happened with sanitizers? Now everybody was doing sanitizers because the demand was higher than the supply initially during the lockdown. But that was corrected by businesses who made use of that opportunity. Then we have change in consumer behavior. Okay, here you have them, 3 challenges of the market environment. We have competitors, we have shortage of supply, we have change in consumer behavior, we have demographic and psychographics. It deals with gender, age, where people stay, their preferences and all that. So things that you cannot control but you can influence. And then we have social cultural factors. Yeah, people changing their belief system and all that. Now people would start to say they are vegan, they're no longer consuming meat as they used to, so butcheries will struggle in that context. Yes, now we are on 2.2. Now on 2.2, we are required to read the scenario below and answer the questions that follow. Now, the manager of Prime Rose traded, PT in brackets, lacked the necessary skills required to resolve a dispute between the business and its supplier. This resulted in its competitor taking its customer away. So the challenge is outlined there, that the manager of Prime Rose Traders lacked the necessary skills required to resolve a dispute between the business and its supplier. This resulted in the competitors taking the customers away. Now, the table below says, use the table below as a guide to answer 2.2.1 and 2.2.2 that follow. Now, in 2.2.1, it says, quote two challenges from the scenario above that PT has to deal with. Now here, firstly is that the manager of Prime Rose Traders lacked the necessary skills required to solve a dispute between the business and its supplier. That is problem number one, right? So skills, where the skills fall into in the three business environments, like where does the skill element fall into? Well, you got it right if you say the micro environment, because it's something the business can control. They can take their manager for training to learn how to have those skills to solve such problems in future. Now, the following one, we have answered 2.2.2 already, which is classify each challenge quoted in 2.2.1 according to the business environment. So we have dealt with that first challenge, and then the second one is that this resulted in its competition taking advantage of this issue and attracting its customers away. So this resulted in the competitors taking its customer away. You can also say that it's correct, as long as you have stated in your answer that the competitor has taken their customer away. Perfect. So the competitors, as we have discussed previously, they fall under the market environment. So 2.2.2, this part is the macro, not macro, sorry, the market environment. So we have the micro and the market environment. You can see here it's 2 marks. Ne? It's 2 marks to quote the two challenges because they were given to you, right? So it's 1 mark for each. But for 2.2.2, say classify each challenge quoted in according to the business environment, it's 4 marks. So which means they're going to give you 2 marks for micro and 2 marks for market. So this is 3 marks, guys. Take full advantage. Yeah. So, and the reasons, the challenges can be in any order. They do not require them to be in a specific order. The one that I made number 1 can be number 2, and the one that was number 2 can be made number 2. It really isn't, you're not required for them to be the way they were written. So if the business environment is not linked to the challenge, mark the challenge only. So if you have mismatched the challenge and you say the market environment is the micro environment and the micro environment is the macro environment, they are going to mark the challenge only and not mark the business environment. So let's go to 2.3. Suggest ways in which businesses can be involved in the macro environment. Remember, the macro environment is that environment that we have no control over, but we can influence, right? So, yes. Like contracts that bind businesses, the business does not have control over, but it can negotiate strategic alliance agreement through contractual processes to make sure that they have the conversation going and influence the government's decisions or international boards' decisions by having strategic alliances with other businesses and talking really about these issues. Let's see. I want creating new users for a product by finding new customers. So a certain product has a bit unrealistic rules, and there's unrealistic rules placed on the businesses, but you can win over those challenges that you're facing as a business by creating new users for a product, by finding new customers if these ones that are currently there will no longer serve the market or are no longer happy. And then on number 2, influence regulators through lobbying and bargaining. And then number 3, say initiating bargaining sessions between management and unions. Unions also, trade unions also fall under the macro environment. Influencing its owners using information contained in annual reports. Yes, use annual reports to say, like, we need to change. This is what is happening now. Negotiating strategic alliance agreement through contractual processes. Yes, knowing government regulations and operating within them. Keeping up with new technologies to improve production marketing, lowering its impact on the environment. All of these things are written on your textbooks. So what you have to do is just to list them. But what you know is that you can also do this by your head as well. Your knowledge, if you understand what is the macro environment and its components, then you can really create suggest ways in which the business can be involved in the microenvironment. It's not only what is written in the book, what you understand as well will be taken. So business studies rules are more relaxed in that context. As you can see, that is 4 marks, which means only 2 suggestions are required from you, and each one will take 2 marks. Yeah. So 2.4 say explain ways in which businesses can perform power relationships. Now, what is power relationship? Okay, so you have to know what are power relationships. Let's say women come together. Two women that own businesses can come together to collaborate on a certain project. That can be a power, meaning like there are 2 women, and we know that's women empowerment. They carry a certain power just because they are 2 women, based on where we are as a society now, uplifting women and stuff like that. Or or men, 2 family men, or like the image that they portray and what they represent. It's a power relationship. So power is relative to status or dominion or dominance, like 2 millionaires coming together to starting a business venture. That's going to create a certain power, right? So while explain ways in which businesses can form power relationship. They can form power relationships through strategic alliances, which 2 individual people or businesses come together for a certain goal. They forming a power allegiance, something that is going to be talked about. Or hey, have you heard that Petnis Mutsepe and President Cyril Ramaphosa have come together to start a certain business? It's something that's gonna cause a stir. People are going to be talking about it, and it's going to be making headlines. So they have power. There's a level of power that they can tap into if they were to go into business together. So let's say, yes, forming strategic alliances or partnership, and then business from partnership agreements in order to benefit each other's involvement. So I can get something, I can benefit something from you, and you can benefit something from me. It's me taking what you bring to the table and you taking what I bring to the table. Let me show you. Okay, so businesses can form power relationships by a partnership, and then you outline what is that partnership's going to be like. The business form partnership agreements in order to benefit each other's involvement. So me being involved with a certain person is giving me a certain advantage into the market because there is something that that particular company is known for that I am not known for. So how it's perceived will also be transferred to me, but it will be done for positive images, guys. Not just, you can't just form a strategic alliance with anybody. These partnership alliances help parties involved to benefit in infrastructure development and scarce skills. So whatever we don't have, we impart in your company, and we are on power together. So you see, you say strategic alliance and partnership and explain that. So you get 2 marks for that heading and then 1 mark for explaining it, 6 marks. So you have to give out 3 explanation. These alliances are designed to build on the expertise of each partner and on the way in which they complement each other. And then you see there at the bottom, you say any other relevant answer related to strategic alliance and partnership. So that's the only way that businesses can form power relationships is through strategic alliance and partnership agreement. Please remember that when you write your tests, that the only way businesses can form power relationships is through strategic alliance and partnership agreements, or persuasion of large investors. Sorry, that's not the only way. You can also persuade large investors. Now, if a business has a powerful investor, the business can often benefit from the relationship so that it can gain credit more easily and better deals from suppliers. So you have someone powerful in society who's an investor in your business. Well, you can, as a business, try to plead with that person to come out and say, or maybe that person was a silent partner, to say please talk and tell people that you are with us and stuff like that, so that it can give the business some like status. Businesses invite powerful, influential people to sit on their board of directors in order to get advice from these people. That can be done as well. And having someone as powerful as part of the business may have a positive influence on the reputation and image of the business. And if a business has a large, powerful investor, the business can gain more easy and better deals from suppliers. So this is the other answer. So this is how the business can form power relationships: through persuasion of large investors. We also had strategic alliance and power and partnership agreements, and there's also persuasion of large investors, and then there's also company representatives influence. You have people who represent the company who are influential. Yes, so those are the 3 and other things that you can really think of. There's so many ways and so many ideas that you have that you can think of that will definitely so thank you very much for watching, guys. Until I'll be doing question 3 on the next video. I don't want them to be too long, so come and join me on my next video. Please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.